Did you hear the Chris Brown diss to Quavo?
I did, man. What is going
Oh,
on right now? Everybody at rap is on their period. What? Everyone's so mad.
bro, what is going
So
on? I
I
knew
don't
Chris had
know.
bars, but
Yo,
not like
Chris.
I was
Chris
like,
always had bars.
yeah. But I didn't know it was like this. I'm like, whoa. Like I
Yeah,
was just
Chris.
what did you think about the diss?
Man, oh yeah. First of all, there's a lot of disses going on right now, and I did hear the Chris Brown and Quavo one. I have no idea what this stems from. I think it has something to do with a lady, as a lot of beefs do. Um,
Mhm.
but I always knew that Chris Brown is a very multi talented person, kind of like Childish Gambino and Jamie Foxx. He could sing, he could dance, he could rap, he can act, he does all that stuff. So when he came back with these bars dissing Quavo, first of all, I don't know what it's about, you know. But I don't think Quavo's the best rapper. I think he's a very entertaining rapper. I love the Migos. I like dancing to their stuff, but you don't look for the Migos for lyrical content though. You go, for girls to have a good time and stuff like that. Um,
Mhm.
he went pretty hard, like a little bit like heartless. The things he said, like especially toward the end, it says something about like, yeah, we like Takeoff, but it's sad he died. It should have been you. Like, damn, what did this man do to you? Like, God dang, very
Yeah,
personal.
very personal. Listen, I've never really been a fan of rap beefs or beefs amongst people, but I will say
Hmm.
I think the most entertaining rap beat in my era was the Kanye West 50 Cent beef. I thought that was dope
Mm.
because of the music that came out of it. But I will say this, all of this stuff, man, is childish. And
Yeah,
the fact that we have to get good music from dissing another artist, that's
yeah.
just kind of crazy to me. But I will say, like, even with the whole J. Cole and Kendrick and
Drake.
Drake beef, I'm like, what is going on in the state of hip hop? Like, are we just getting
It's a
to a point
lot.
where we just don't like each other? Like, what's going on?
I kind of saw this coming because hip hop
Mm-mm,
has always been competitive, right? So,
mm-hmm,
like, it's not, I don't feel like hip hop needs to be everybody attack each other like the WWE, but I don't think it should be all
mm-hmm.
buddy buddy either. Like, and I
Right.
saw this coming when DJ Khaled came out. I like DJ Khaled records. I'm not a big fan of DJ Khaled. I think he's kind of annoying, but I like
Mm-hmm,
DJ Khaled records. I like that he brings these artists together like the Avengers and they come out. The problem with that though is egos, egos, egos. Hip hop
yeah.
artists have huge egos. With all due respect to them, you can't keep bringing all these people with the same egos in one room and expecting them to get along all the time. I think they did a little bit too much. And then, you start hearing whispers, I'm the best, I'm the best, he sucks, and, all this stuff. And I agree with this person right here. The Drake beef is kind of lit because it's bringing competitive nature, but it's also, when you talk about Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick, this might be the safest beef I've ever heard. We were just talking about Jake, what's his name? Chris Brown and not Takeoff, but Quavo. That sounds like a dangerous
Quavo.
beef. That sounds like somebody finna get hurt. Yeah, that sounds like
Right.
it's deadly. This beef with these three, it sounds very safe and entertaining. It doesn't. Nobody's gonna get hurt. Nobody's gonna get checked. It's just all bars
Mhm.
in competition. And right now, believe it or not, I'm the biggest Kendrick fan. I have his vinyl right here, "To Pimp a Butterfly," one of my favorite albums of all time. Right now,
Mhm.
Drake is winning this beef. I'm sorry to say, and I like J. Cole and Kendrick better than Drake. But Drake is
Mhm.
coming back with bars. He's like Captain America in Endgame when all of Thanos and his army was about to attack. He's taking them all on.
Mhm.
Respect. I respect the Ross too for responding quickly. Respect the Kendrick for even starting this off. I lost a little respect for J. Cole for apologizing after dissing, after he's been saying he's the best for years. Yeah, I can go on. I love hip hop, so I can go on about this all day. My bad. What do you think though, man, about all
Oh
that?
no, no. This is the reason why I wanted to ask you about it because I think you're a little bit more well versed than I am. I mean, I love hip hop as well, and
Right.
Out of the three, Kendrick's my favorite because, I mean, my favorite albums are still like the Black Panther album
It's a good
to the
album. Yeah.
Butterfly album. The
Hmm.
Damn album was dope.
Very good.
So like, I love what Kendrick has brought to the table musically.
Yeah.
But I have to agree, not Drake says the stuff that you ain't never heard of. Like stuff
Hmm.
I'm talking about like there was a song that Drake did years ago. where he was beefing with DJ Drama. He was like, I had Drama's girl. Last year I had Drama's girl, not right now. And I didn't know it was a diss until Drama pointed it out. And I was like, oh my God. Like, so
That
yeah,
is,
like it was
yeah.
it's
You can't trust your girl around that light skinned man. So like when Toddy wanted to go to J Cole and Drake's concert, I was like, we're gonna get the seats in the last row. I don't need you winking at my girl. All right,
we can't trust
put
them,
your
we
ass in a
can't trust
wheelchair again.
Usher.
Yeah,
Can't trust
that's true
Usher.
too.
But
You're right.
listen. And it's funny because me and my girl, she was telling me she wanted to go to the Usher concert, and I'm like,
Hmm.
cool. We just not sitting up front. We just not.
Exactly.
No, because I'm going to jail that day. Like I'm going
Facts.
to jail
I
that
hear
day.
you.
But yeah, man. And another quick off the top. I know this happened months ago, but for some reason, it's still even trending in the new year. You are a fan of comedy, just like I am. So is
Yeah.
Jeremy.
Hmm.
Did you watch the whole 2+ hours of the Club Shay Shay interview with Cat Williams? And I wanted
Absolutely.
to, before I give you my opinion, I wanted to know as someone who's done stand up, what did you think about what he said? Do you believe what he said? And where do you think that puts the state of comedy right now?
Oh man, and we just talking about beefs and like competitive nature, man. Cat Williams
Mm.
started the year off this way. I think I kind of blame Cat Williams, not DJ Khaled. I blame Cat Williams for bringing this energy into 2024. Everybody's like, "I'm coming for your neck." I'm a big Cat Williams fan. I remember his first stand up special was Pimp Chronicles, and that was a good one. That was he has some still bangers like when he's talking about smoking weed. This shit right here, nigga. I love that joke. That's probably one of my favorite jokes of all time. The things he was saying, about all these other celebrities, even back then, classic stuff, man. The thing about Cat Williams is when he does stand up, he's like Chris Rock. He says some things, but he also makes you think. But the difference between him and every other stand-up, he doesn't even take a breather. He just goes in and just and the hair, the
Mm.
her, the head, and he just the whole time. Like, God dang, man, chill out. But
Mm.
as for that interview with Club Shay Shay, man, there's a lot of things I agree with him. There's a lot of things I'm like, all right, that's entertainment. Like what he said about reading how many books a day, like 1,000 books. So I don't know what he said.
He said
It
like
was a
8,000 books a year or something like that, or
Cap.
I'm like,
Cap.
come on, bro.
I was like, no, you didn't, bro. But
No,
it's funny. It's
exactly.
entertaining. It's
Mhm.
entertaining. And some of the things he said about like Hollywood, I definitely agree. Now, the whole wearing a dress and gay stuff, a lot of black people are going to disagree with me. But one, wearing a dress is just a comedy thing. You think black people are the only ones wearing dresses in Hollywood? You're not paying attention. White people have been doing that for years, and it's
Robin
it's not
Williams.
Robin Williams, exactly. And
Yeah.
what's his name? Adam Sandler. It's not
Mm.
some weird ritual to do. I don't know. I don't know why people keep thinking that, especially targeting the black media on that. It's just stand up. It's just to make people laugh. People do it. You're not going to tell me that Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence, are less funny because they're in a dress. Like if it's
Right.
not your thing, that's cool. There's some things that I don't like but I'm not going to say they sold their souls or whatever. No, these guys are funny regardless. You watch Eddie Murphy on Saturday Night Live. You watch Martin Lawrence on what's it called? Def Comedy Jam. You're gonna tell me that
Mhm.
these guys didn't, work their asses off to be where they are because they weren't funny? Come on, man. They didn't
No.
address didn't bring them there. They were already there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's one thing I disagree with him about. And he's just like, Hollywood, um, you got to suck dick to get famous and stuff like that. Do I think that happens? 100%. I think, not even just with males, but female. I think there is casting couches and people move up. That's not even just in Hollywood. That's just in like corporate America. They're like
Right.
people do
Right.
sex favors and they move up. Now, do I think you can only get to the top to doing that? No, people do work hard to get to the top. I guarantee you, if there was an executive out there, and I heard Faison Love say this, if there was a top Hollywood executive that says, "Hey, you can get a starring movie role if you suck my dick right now," that line would be out the door. That line would be out the door. People wouldn't, brag about it, but they're like, you know what? I want that money. I would be in that line. But I'm saying, like, if it was that easy, people would be
Right.
doing it all the time. So
Right.
that's
Right.
another thing I disagree with. But I loved his honesty, and you got to know a little bit more about him. You know, he's a very
Mhm.
layered person. And me and Toddy, we just came back from seeing him live. We saw him in Mobile, Alabama. Very funny dude, still has it. And he's got
Mhm.
his stand-up special coming out soon. And I
Mhm.
loved it. It was probably some of the best content I've ever seen on YouTube.
By the way, when you saw him, was Tori Hart with him during that tour or no?
No, no, I kept waiting for her to come out. But guess who was there though?
Who?
Monique. Monique came out. Yeah.
Was her set
Monique
funny?
came. Honestly, yes. I was not
Oh.
expecting it because, like, for the
Mm,
last couple years, you know, she's just been whining and crying on television or on
mm,
YouTube, and I'm just like, where are the jokes? Like, I'm just like,
mhm,
I don't want to see Monique like this. It's weird. She came
mhm.
out just like she used to be, you know, bad bitch energy, like, you know, attack. She had this funny joke about Aretha Franklin. I was just like, yo. So it's like she turns that on stage, but like off stage,
Mm,
she's kind of like, you know, there's weird vibes. So she
right, right.
still, as a comedian, she still got it. Props to Monique. I was happy to
Mm.
see. I saw Monique. I saw Mark Curry, and I saw Tommy Davidson. All of them killed it, man. They all
Oh,
opened for Cat.
oh yeah. They those are that lineup is a great lineup, especially Tommy Davidson. Who
Oh
I've seen him
yeah.
here in Orlando. That brother is
Mm-hmm.
hilarious, man.
Oh
And
yeah.
by the
He's the
way,
king, man.
fun fact: Tommy Davidson is the voice of Oscar Proud. By the way,
Yes, he is.
really
Yeah.
good
Oh, if
dude.
you want to see some of the best work from Tommy Davidson, watch it in living color. Like he would to me, Tommy Davidson and Jamie Foxx were always the standouts in living color.
Yeah. Yeah, and my opinion about the whole thing was I see that people are saying he's being honest about things, and some people have kind of come out and said some of the things that he said were not completely true. Some were, some was, some wasn't. And I'm not
Mm-hmm.
really here to talk about what he said was true. Now, I will say though, I think it's very easy for certain comedians or certain people to get on platforms like Club Shay Shay and
Yeah.
air out other comedians' businesses. I will say the only thing that I kind of agree with when Dave Chappelle said, like, I I feel you, but like, why are you going after us? Like
Yes.
us. Like that's
I agree
what
with that.
that and my thing was is that Cat Williams said something very clear. He said everyone has been on this platform and other platforms, and all I've been doing is collecting information. I
Mm.
find that odd because like this is not the first time he's done something like this, even though there's like a big year gap. The last time I saw him on a
Yeah.
radio show was that it was an Atlanta show that he went
Yeah.
after that woman. I forgot Wanda. Went
Yeah,
after,
yeah, Wanda. Yeah, he was clowning
yeah,
her look in her hair. But she started with him. So
she
I
started.
watched that whole thing too. No,
Yeah.
I definitely agree with what you're saying too. Like Cat's always been like this. This is not
Mm,
just like he was just doing it on Club Shade. He's been doing this stuff for years.
for
And
years.
I'm not a fan of comedians, especially black comedians going at each other because white comedians don't usually do that.
Mm,
Comedians usually have a code. Like, you know, if we have a problem with each other, we say it, you know, privately.
mm.
It's not hip hop. You know, it's not. We're not going to get on stage and start battling each other. No, they got their own jokes and the way they do things.
Right, right. But I will say it was a definitely entertaining interview. I don't know
Hmm.
if Shannon will ever get a big interview like that again, but I will say, Cat Williams, if you want to air out some more of your stuff, please come to
Yes,
Momentum Media. We would love to have a
please.
conversation with you. Because the one thing I will do is that I'm going to call you out on the responses, like the Ricky Smiley, because he responded,
Yes.
Ice Cube responded, Luda responded. I'm just gonna ask you questions about what is your answer to what they said after that interview, which no one has asked them yet. So hey
Hmm.
man, if you happen to see this stream, please answer my email and come by and let's have a candid conversation. But
Hey, the funniest thing he said on that interview, though, he said, Puff Daddy liked the party, and you got to tell him no.
another
You got
thing
to tell him no.
he said Harvey Weinstein came to his agency and offered to suck his penis for a role. And I was like, so the man that's offering movie roles came to your agency?
Yeah, that's a weird thing to say. Usually it's the other way around. You want
Exactly.
the role, you suck.
Exactly. That's why it was so. That's why I'm not saying he's lying. I'm just saying, why would
Yeah.
the guy who's in control of essentially Hollywood came to your agency? I don't know. But yeah.
Hold on, you're
But
giving me a
what
roll
do you
and you're
guys
sucking my
think?
dick?
Exactly. Exactly. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think about Cat Williams' interview on Club Shay Shay? And what do you think about all these rap beefs, man? All these different things that are going on within the hip hop community? Jump into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.